morning, afternoon, evening. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Figured I'd jump on, pull some Lovers Oracle cards, see what pops up. Okay. We have releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away, resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. Oh, it feels like somebody's moving on, letting go, releasing somebody, and somebody's resisting it. Actually feels like this has already happened, or you could still be like energetically releasing, but yeah, it feels like physically the release has already happened. Somebody's going with the flow and resisting, or going with the flow and releasing, somebody's resisting. It's almost like counteractive energy right there. Let's see what else. Fly out. Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience. So, yeah, perhaps, you were dealing with a toxic person, family, friend, lover, co-worker, could be anybody. If somebody was toxic, you release them, moving on from them, letting them go. They're resisting it, and like this chasing energy too. They don't want to let you go. They're toxic. They don't want you moving on. They want to keep, benefiting off you and your energy. But no, you release them, let them go. No more energy vampires. Welcome. Yep, so you're holding on to your energy. And, yeah, pouring all that love into yourself instead of pouring it into others. We have past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. So perhaps that person you released, they were a karmic lesson, and you learned your lesson, obviously, because you released them, you let them go. And they haven't learned their karmic lessons because they're resisting it, obviously. And if they had learned their karmic lessons, they probably wouldn't have put you in a position to where you had to walk away and release them. We have lusting, forbidden, non-committal, sexual energy. Probably past lover lusting after you because, you walked away, pulled your energy back. Peace, balance, harmony, friendship. Peace, balance, harmony has been restored since you walked away, released. Looks like we have peace fly out again. Peace and breaking point. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. Yeah, this relationship, got to a breaking point. There was a final straw. Enough was enough, and you walked away, moved on, and now you're in this peaceful, balanced, harmonized energy. And the other person is holding on, resisting. They know they made a mistake. That other person was in victim mentality, lost soul, probably had a lot of negative attachments, negative entities on them. They were hoarding past traumas and mistakes, and they just refused to grow up. And so you let them go, moved on, walked away, and they're feeling like it was a mistake. Whatever happened was a mistake, but you are this peaceful, balanced energy. Good for you. We have pride, arrogance, ego, stubborn, escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away, time, waiting, cycles, moments, underlying energy, obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. This person was very prideful, stuck in their ego, stubborn. They were holding back their emotions, or they could have been holding back secrets and stuff from you too. Either way, they were concealing things from you, and they were stuck in their ego, running from their emotions, pushing you away, blocking you out. So you closed the cycle with them and moved on. They were too stuck in their pride, ego. They didn't want to grow up and evolve. They just, they wanted to keep playing these games. And so, yeah, break down the relationship, distance, blocking. Oh, but they're watching you. They made a mistake, losing you, and now they're stuck watching you. This person needs to go do some healing. They have a negative mindset that they need to heal and release. Heal and release. Release. Need to release all that negative mindset, toxicity, people, places, things, thought patterns, behaviors, mindsets. Need to release all that toxic stuff. So get out of your pride, ego. Soulmates. Deep love, unity, connection. This person feels like you were their soulmate, or you feel like they were your soulmate. You guys had a really good connection, but the person was stuck in their ego. They're too stubborn. Twin flame, mirroring, shared feelings, reflection. You guys could have been twin flames. If not, then you guys definitely had strong connection. And you guys were sharing feelings, mirroring back to each other things. You were probably mirroring back to this person all the negative qualities and things that they needed to work on and heal and fix, and they were overwhelmed by it and ran away from it. Concealed things from you. Even though, you could see right through them, they still, thought, because they were stuck in their ego, they thought that they were smarter and better than you, and you couldn't see through their crap. But, you could. You were mirroring back to them what they needed to heal and fix, and they were mirroring back to you as well as what you needed to mirror and fix, so it's not a bad thing, like, triggers are things that we need to work on. When you're triggered, that's the perfect opportunity for you to sit there and think about why you're being triggered, what's triggering you, why is it triggering you, how is it triggering you, and how can you stop it from triggering you. It's perfect opportunity for you to grow and change. Beginnings, try again, new direction, start over. This past person, twin flame, they want to come in for a second chance, new beginnings. They want to take, things in a new direction, but they're not healed enough yet. There hasn't been enough time. They haven't done enough healing. They're stuck in their emotions, stuck in their head right now, and they're looking for something to distract them, sidetrack them. They think coming back into a relationship with you is going to make them feel better, and yeah, in a sense it might, but at the same time, they have all these underlying traumas and toxic, negative things that they need to heal. They need to bring up, address them, heal them, learn the lesson, and let it go. Healing, yes. This person needs to do healing. They are not ready for a relationship. They are not ready to reconcile, nothing. They are trapped, stuck in their head. They need to go in and do some healing. Need to be honest with themselves and do some serious personal evaluation on themselves. Memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. They're stuck in their head, stuck in their memories of you because they lost you. But, that's, it happens. It's part of the process. Conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. Said this person's stuck in their head. Stuck in their head. They're emotional, they're moody, they're up and down. Can't make decisions. Decisions are crumbling around them. Too many choices, too many options. Too much going on in their head and in their mind. Shallow. Hollow, empty, boredom. This person is, feeling empty, bored, lonely without you. Should be doing their healing. They should be going and doing their healing instead of, looking for distractions. They're just trying to run from their pain and numb it. They need to be going in, working, and healing it. Breaking point again. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. Person made too many mistakes. We're the relationship came to a breaking point. You're like, enough is enough, and you moved on. Confusion, uncertainty, unclear. Someday, somewhere, another time. They're hoping that you guys come together one day again, but they're very confused about it, unsure, unclear. I can definitely tell you, if they don't do any inner healing work, then yeah, there's never going to be another someday. Intuition, obscurity, secret. Intuition is heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. We had the obscurity card come up a little bit ago, which was secrets and concealing stuff. Your intuition told you, like, you knew that they were holding back. You guys had this really good connection. You had telepathy with them, and you knew they were holding things back from you. That's part of the reason it broke down. So your intuition told you. You knew they were hiding things and holding back. All right, we have broken in the reverse, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed, shallow, hollow, empty, boredom. With broken being in the reverse, I feel like they're not heartbroken, they're not destroyed, or they're working out of that energy. Or they're trying to get out of that energy, but they're feeling too hollow inside. They're not really sure how to get out of this broken heart energy. But they are trying to. They want to get out of it, but they don't know how to. They're bored. They're looking for distractions. Distractions up here again. This person needs to be going in and doing healing instead of looking for distractions and running from their problems. Which, honestly, sadly, that's what a lot of people do. They run from their problems. They don't face them. And that's why everybody's walking around feeling broken and brokenhearted, because they refuse to go in and heal. I'm going to pull some Lovers Oracle cards to see how they're feeling. Can't handle your love. Your love is too high vibrational for them. You were too intuitive. You knew too much. You could see through their stuff, and they didn't want to be honest with you. You can't. If somebody can't be honest with you, you can't be with them. There's no point. That if you can't be honest with somebody, that's not your person. That's your cue, your clue. It is all too much. So, like I said, this person's stuck in their head, stuck in their ego, a broken heart. It's too much for them to handle. They're looking for distractions and ways to fucking cope and numb without healing, basically. Drama. Person's full of drama. Life is full of drama. People in their life are full of drama. Their head's full of drama. Just drama. My life is a mess right now. Yeah. Mess and drama. No one understands me but you. That's why they're missing you, because, like I said, you guys had that deep connection that they didn't have with anybody else. And now that you're gone, they miss you, and they're realizing, that everybody else around them is drama. Why do I feel this way? Probably because you're stuck in your ego and being selfish and self-centered and greedy and not thinking about the other person. You did something that caused a person that you loved and cared about to walk away from you, and now you're feeling the aftermath of it. That's why you feel that way. And you don't want to go in and do any healing. You're just trying to distract yourself and numb the pain. That's why you feel that way too. I'm scared of rejection. Well, yeah, everybody is scared of rejection, but you have to face your fears, If you don't make any moves, you're not going to go anywhere in life. You just refuse to do anything because you're afraid of being rejected. Your life is going to be the same. There's going to be no growth, no evolving, nothing. You're just going to stay the same, and that's not what life is all about. Life is about growing and evolving. You shouldn't have the same mindset in your 30s and 40s as you did in your 20s, we all have to grow and evolve. And people that don't grow and evolve, well, they're just examples of why we should grow and evolve. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. That's why I break down in the relationship. The one person stuck in their pride and ego, they were selfish and not giving you equal give and take, and you deserve better, and you realized it and you walked away. You blocked them and walked away. I want out. I feel like that's more like they want out of their head, out of their emotions. They want out of this pain that they're experiencing. Well, the only way out is through. You have to go through the pain, through the heartbreak, and you have to do your healing. The only way out is through. You are too nice. I don't deserve your kindness. Well, that could be like another reason why they rejected you, why they're stuck in their ego and stuff. You were too nice and they weren't used to it. You were too nice. They thought they could just walk all over you and, push you around. They didn't think you would leave. They thought they had you in the bag. And, you showed them. The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. I feel like that's more, I don't know. I mean, the passion in the relationship was probably good too, but I feel like this is more passion of like the breakup, them being in their mental conflict, mental chaos, and their emotions are all over the place, and I feel like that's what's overwhelming them. I can't stop thinking about you. You're on this person's mind a lot, which is why they're overwhelmed. I want to be different. Well, if you want to be different, you have to make different choices to get different results. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. If you want different results, you have to do different things, different actions. You've triggered me. So, well, because you're intuitive and you can see through their stuff, you can see through their pride and their ego, you can see through their, facade. You called them out on things and it triggered them. Your love, even like the high vibrational love you gave them, triggered them. Probably brought up old past childhood traumas and wounds that they forgot about or never addressed. That kind of stuff came up. If they had like a bad toxic trauma bond, like first love, you could have brought up, like, triggered them in that way, like, we've seen the fear of rejection out here, so, like, obviously they were rejected by somebody at some point in their life, whether it be family, friends, lovers. They were rejected at one point, and that rejection, caused it's a trigger for them. So when they feel like they're being rejected and triggered, they will run, or they will hold back their emotions, or they will run, or they will fight, or they will project their insecurities, their guilty conscience. They will project their pain onto you because you triggered them, because they're triggered and they don't know how to handle it. They're not emotionally balanced. They're stuck in their head. They have all this heartbroken, depressed energy, and they don't know how to cope with it in a healthy way. I don't understand. They don't know how to cope with their feelings in a healthy, positive way. It is all too much. Yes, it is a lot. Life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing. I miss your light. Now that they don't have your light in their life, I definitely notice your absence. Which, we saw the drama card out here earlier. All the people around them and stuff is drama, causing them drama. And that's definitely illuminating to them how much of a light you were in their life. Childhood trauma, we were just talking about that a little bit ago. childhood trauma that was triggered and never healed. And so, you know, that underlying trauma, they projected that onto you, you know, as well. Because they never went in and healed it. They never addressed it. They just go around projecting it onto other people and hurting other people because they had childhood traumas. Why can't I move on from you? Because you're not healing, you're not growing, you're not evolving. You're trying to distract, escape, and numb. You have to go in and heal if you want to actually move on and get over your problems. I have to let you go to find myself. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, sometimes actually it is really good being single and alone because it allows you to have time to find yourself. And honestly, when you are healing and working on yourself, you shouldn't be in a relationship with anybody. That needs to be your time to focus on you. You have to get yourself in the best shape mentally, physically, emotionally, before you can even think about, you know, being the best for somebody else. You have to be the best for yourself before you can be the best for somebody else. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup before you can fill somebody else's cup. People don't believe in me. Yeah, well, that's probably because you give them reasons not to believe in you. I feel bad saying that, but it's the truth. I mean, you're out here doing toxic things. You know, you're out here being a shitty person and doing toxic, hurtful, mean things to people. Of course, people aren't going to believe in you. They see the worst in you, so why would they believe the best in you? Well, if you want people to believe in you, you have to start doing better, behaving better, acting better, thinking better. You know, you just have to be an all-around better person if you want people to believe in you. Will this ever change? Yes, if you make the conscious decision to make it change and you put forth the work and the discipline to make it change, yeah, it will. But you have to put forth the work to do it. You can't just, you know, expect everything to change for the better and you don't put in any work to make it better. You can't expect your life to be better and sit with this toxic, negative mindset and behaviors and habits. I have to let you go for myself. I am obsessed with you. I can't come to you right now. Well, you need to be working on yourself. I am stuck in visions of us together. Yeah. It's because the breakup is still fresh and new and still working through the aftermath of it, still healing. There's no time limit on healing and grieving, you know, it just, yeah, happens, you know, on divine timing, on your time, you know. It's like one day you're a mess about it, and then if you're doing the work and healing, then, you know, eventually, weeks, months, years down the road, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, that wasn't really as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You know, you have to work through it all. So, alright, I'm gonna end the message there. Hope everyone has a good day. Blessings.